It's quite clear that the government doesn't know what it is doing. What they have announced today is completely irresponsible, given all of the announcements about all the tax rises they're going to raise. It's very clear that they're in a mess. They've been talking about tax rises on income tax for ages now, weeks and weeks throughout the summer. Now they're saying no. It's good if they're not going to increase income taxes, but the truth is they shouldn't be increasing any taxes at all. But I've never seen a government do this in the run-up to a budget. I have never seen this level of chaos, this level of irresponsibility.
Is it really a government in chaos, or is it a government trying to scramble to fill the black hole left by the Tories?
This is a government in chaos. Day before yesterday, the Prime Minister had to refer himself to a standards advisor. He's got 3 or 4 members of his cabinet who are being investigated for all sorts of things. You look at what happened day before yesterday, hearing about a coup. Some cabinet ministers want to overthrow the Prime Minister. They are not focused on running the economy. Day before yesterday, we had GDP figures that show the economy is flatlining. In September, it shrunk. I'm at a business in my own constituency today, and they're talking about the mess that was made at the last budget, where the jobs tax, that NI rise, is making it so much harder to keep people employed. This is what is really causing the problem. The last budget that they made has meant that business has slowed down, they've stopped hiring people, and this budget, they need to not repeat those mistakes.
On the BBC, are they right to apologise to Donald Trump but not offer him compensation?
They are right to apologise. What we saw in terms of the doctoring of the documentary is something that should never happen with our public service broadcaster. It fell well below the standards that we all expect of the BBC. They are completely right to apologise. Hopefully this will be the end of the matter, because the truth is, if Donald Trump sues the BBC, it is we, the licence payers, who are going to pay for it.
Should the Prime Minister step in to ensure no taxpayers' money is used in any legal dispute involving the BBC and Trump? And if you were Prime Minister, would you have a word with Donald Trump to stop him having legal action against the BBC?
Well, if I was Prime Minister, the BBC would not have got away with putting out a documentary that had fake news in it, so we wouldn't be in this mess in the first place. The BBC needs root and branch reform. I'm glad that the head of news has resigned, but as we have seen with their coverage on the Middle East, it's not just the coverage with the US, you look at the coverage even on basic issues like biological fact on sex and gender. The BBC has been a mess. They have a lot of people there who are not journalists but are activists. They need to be put under control immediately.
On resident doctors, 5-day strike begins today. Are they greedy?
I think it is absolutely shocking that we're having a second doctor strike after they had a 28% pay rise last year. Conservative policy is to ban strikes by doctors in the same way that the police and the army cannot go on strike. Because when doctors go on strike, it affects patients. We have heard of cases of people who didn't get the care they needed who died, so let's just not have that. But this is after a 28% pay rise. Wes Streeting came in saying that he would sort it all out. He just sat down with them, gave them the money they wanted, and everything would be fine. 2 strikes since then, that is unacceptable.
Immigration reforms. The Home Secretary is expected to announce tougher measures based on the Danish-style system. Is it a case of too little, too late?
Well, I welcome anything tougher that this government is going to do. When we were in government, they screamed at even the smallest measures. Now they're saying they have to control our borders. We have a great plan, our Stronger Borders package. We have a borders plan that would help. If they do things which we think are in keeping with that, we will support the government, because it is really important that we get a handle on immigration. It is too high. A lot of that did happen under the previous Conservative government, and that is why one of the first things I did was to acknowledge the mistakes that were made, apologise and set out tough new immigration policy. And I think Labour is getting the message too. Let's see what they do.